fucking joke.
Heartfelt.
No, how could you say that?
I'm a dumbass.
That means you're gay.
No, God, please, no.
A man and a woman.
I'm kind of retarded.
You are fake news.
Dingus.
I'm upset.
He offended.
Do you love black people?
You ain't black.
I don't care.
Shawn Cav.
I have nipples, Gregg. Could you milk me?
How about new? Hot, hot, hot like a tamale.
Try to relax your anus.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on, man.
What is it, you period?
Oh, rim shot.
Five, four, three, two, one.
What's up, all you crazy capitalists, you witty whiskey enthusiasts? Welcome to the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast. My name's Ian.
And I'm Shawn.
And we just want to thank you for joining. It's been an interesting weekend for us. Interesting meaning kind of sad for me personally, kind of sad. We had a pup in the family that passed, and yeah, not too great. Been having to deal with that, but we'll get to that at some point. We need something to talk about on YouTube, since everything we're going to talk about today is spicy as hell. So yeah, we just want to say thank you for everyone that is tuning in right now. Wait, does someone say sound?
Well, Trevor said sound.
Trevor said sound. Is there no sound? Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear?
I hear you. I hear you. I don't have any problems on my end.
Okay. Well, hopefully this is going to work, and we're not.
Trevor, do you have your shit muted?
I mean, that would make that would be good. Let me try and see if. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. No, we're good. I just checked on the feed. I think I can hear. Never mind. Technical difficulty. I'm in. God damn it, Trevor.
Yeah. No, he's sound. Like you had it off.
It's almost like you're all thumbs. Okay. So make sure you go like, share, subscribe, follow, and comment down below. Don't try and derail the show with your sound problems. It's just
not nice.
It's not nice. I mean, if you're playing pranks, all right, you got us. That's good. It's not as good as the gay cruise, but it's up there. All right. So yeah, make sure you do the we haven't done this in a minute. So I'm confused on what we do. All right, solo.to. I'm good. I think I'm okay. I'm good. Solo.to / the whiskey capitalist for all of our links and ways to stay up to date with us. bit.ly / the whiskey capitalist merch. Go there, window shop. Don't buy anything yet. Just see what we have. We're gonna be making that new merch site here soon. It's going up soon. I got so many things to do. There's a lot on my shoulders. Okay, guys.
If you really want to buy something, don't just window shop. I mean, you can buy something, but yeah, it's gonna be better soon.
It's just gonna be the crossover. It's gonna be so confusing. But hey, if you want to give us money, that's awesome. We won't say no. All right. So with that, we are going to be talking today about we have a good couple crazy topics. We're gonna be talking about Alex Stein getting attacked by tolerance at a child trans rally in San Francisco, California. If you don't understand sarcasm, you won't get that joke. We're also going to be talking about Jennings's ridiculous story and how evil of a mother she has. Some ridiculous tweets that we've come across, and just some very idiotic things that have been said. It should be an interesting show. I like what I was saying earlier, the YouTube portion of the show might be kind of short. Just saying, might be a little bit short. We have
one thing we can probably address would be like the incident that happened in Nashville, and because I have a bunch of clips and articles on that as well. So, and that's something that we can talk about on YouTube as well. So,
yeah, I think we should at least maybe bring it up, but just kind of like
just bring it up. I have a couple of clips that we can share and just kind of like, hey, this is what we know so far.
Yeah, I like with a lot of the other stuff that we do, like I like to talk about it, but I want to flesh it out and kind of get more information because it is the first day that it happened. And you know how the news is, they'll put something out there and it's fucking wrong. And then, I don't want to be a part of that fucking crew. I mean, I'm down to talk about it.
No, I get you, but I'm just saying that like the stuff that I've gotten was from the police department, and it's been verified for some of the things that have came out already. So only the things that have been verified we'll talk about. Besides, I'm with you 100%.
I want to grift off it. I want to put that in the title. Like,
oh yeah, no, you know what I mean. We will definitely end up probably talking about that on Wednesday when there's even more information. But like for right now, we'll just share a couple of the things.
Yeah. See, I mean, we can't.
Also,
we can't clickbait it. Oh yeah, what's up? Yo. What's up, Dad? I don't want to I want to clickbait the title. Like, come on, we got to make the thumbnail about it.
I know. I couldn't pressure you to put that one on today. I was like, no, I already had him change the thumbnail once already. Can't do it twice.
Exactly. Jesus. God damn it. Okay. With that, guys, again, thank you. Go hit the like button on YouTube, on Rumble, and letting you guys know, all of you that are watching on YouTube right now, halfway through the show, we are going to be jumping over to Rumble, and actually this is going to be our last week live streaming to YouTube. Starting next week, we are going to be just going to Rumble and Twitter because YouTube blows goats for quarters. And we are going to be and everyone watching on Rumble, you guys are awesome that you are already there and you are already following directions. It is great. You were definitely one of the kids that in elementary school or in school when they gave you the test and at the top the directions said just sign your name at the bottom and turn it in. You were the ones that read directions. It's great. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and also I am joined over here with my buddy Brogrim, who's over here in the background. If he wants to yell out something real quick, what's up? He says, "What's up?"
There we go.
So he's hanging at the tavern right now, so he might pop in, might not, but either way, if I'm pouring drinks,
no, he's not allowed. He's not allowed to. I took him out of the description. I took him out of the thumbnail. He's not allowed to jump in anymore.
You're not allowed to jump in. That's the rules.
You made me do extra work. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck. I was just fucking with you. But now if I joke around, I can't see his face. That's like kind of not fair.
That's all right. I'll just pour him drinks.
Yeah, just get him drunk in the background.
That's it.
All right, cool. So, Movies says your company's computer guy's worst nightmare. YouTube, it's not me, it's you. Hey, Program, you're actually in the chat. That's fucking awesome. Sweet. You're actually jumping in the chat.
I had time to fix his Rumble account today. Well, we think we fixed it. He's commenting.
Sweet. There we go. Yeah, it came up. Yo. My dad says the killer in Nashville is a trans goon. So I've heard. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. So I've heard.
It is. I have pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen on Twitter. I've seen like a bunch of stuff going on right there. But like, how many times the day of a story, I was like, oh, there's this and this and that. January 6th. Anyways, all right, cool. So we are going to go into this intro, and then we'll get on with the show, guys. Here we go.
There you go.
Who else in the level car say yeah?
Look at that big, juicy booty.
Hot like a tamale.
Be offended. Do you love black people?
Negro.
You know the thing.
Here, next.
Don't be rude. You ain't black. Shawn Cav.
You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole.
Heartfelt.
A man and a woman.
All right. So just want to say, what's up, Stephanie? We actually have a woman in the chat. This is amazing. And get ready to be simped over by everyone else in the chat. Starting with movies. Hello, Stephanie. All
we
right,
apologize in advance.
Yeah, we already apologize in advance for the simping and whatever else is going to be said. But all right. So was there anything that you wanted to start off with?
Well, yeah, I could probably start off with the fact that I had remember that last week we talked about my wife's like a crazy story, like with like the job thing and everything. I think that was what was that? Was that Monday or Wednesday? Wednesday when we had that whole conversation.
Hey, real quick, fellas, control yourselves. See, union president has spoken. Too gay to simp. All right. Yes, I do remember you were saying something about that, but I don't know if we went into detail about it.
Oh yeah, really? Only about like an hour's worth.
Oh, you mean your wife's stuff? I thought you meant your personal stuff. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, your wife's stuff. I remember all that.
Yeah, we talked about all of that last time during the YouTube thing. I could probably attest to the fact that like I as well had a fucking incident this past week where I thought I didn't get fired, but there was a guy trying to get me fired.
Yeah, there were secretive things that you were tweeting or something that I was like, okay, I need to hear about this. So yeah, go on.
So essentially, like this one guy, he came into like the company that I work for. And now, mind you, his whole lifespan in the company was maybe like 3 months max. He was not there for long at all, but he was there long enough and had a high enough position where he literally cut the company in half. He fired half of the people who worked there and then rearranged everything. He said, oh, I'm going to bring in all these new clients. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. He didn't do jack shit in his time that he was there. And then out of nowhere, he thought that he was going to try and get rid of me for whatever reason. Because he, like, I figured it out later on, of course, as to like what was going on. But he was building some kind of issue with me, which was weird because me and him had a great time when we met up in Nashville, and like, we went and we met up with like clients and stuff like that, and like everything was hunky dory. We're all good. And then next thing I know, like this guy is just like, he's just saying like, oh, like Shawn's doing this or Shawn's not doing that or whatever. And then I'm like, well, what's this guy's deal? So I just call him up. I'm like, hey man, so are we good? Do we have a problem or something like that? Do we need to talk this thing out? Like, because I mean, like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. This should be a win for you. Like, why is this like to where I'm being held? This is being held against me. And he's, oh no, nothing like that, man. I just want to. He thought I wasn't doing enough, which is weird because all my stuff's ahead of schedule. So it's like I'm doing all my work. I'm just better at it than the other people. So it's like, I'm like that shouldn't be held against me by any means, but for whatever reason he's like, oh, well, you could be doing more then. That's the constant theme of this whole thing. And
this don't make no sense.
Yeah, it's like, you're stupid. And it's like, well, then give me more money and more responsibility.
You're professional about it. You're stupid.
You're stupid.
You're a poopy head.
It's like, just give me more money and more responsibility if you think that if I'm wasting my talents or something like that. But that wasn't what he was getting at. He was thinking that like I was lazy or something because I wasn't doing more than what I was being paid to do. I was like, no, that's being like efficient and knowing what my role is.
I remember that conversation that we were having, that we had, like, off air, talking about, that whole thing, like you got a raise, got a promotion, but then you were being asked to do way over and above what you actually were getting paid for, and then also you were getting blamed for shit. I remember that conversation.
Yeah. So then it occurred to me that there's one other person in my department that is failing terribly at like the roles that she was given, like just absolutely terrible at it. And but the thing is that this guy always said very positive things about her, so it got me thinking, I wonder if she's spinning the webs of lies to try and make it seem like I'm the one that's failing or not helping her succeed enough, or something along those lines, so where she was like telling her lies into his ear, and then he's listening to her, and then next thing you know,
hold on, are you trying to tell me that she was playing a victim?
Oh yeah, there was total virtue signaling in this scenario for sure.
Though. Sorry, Stephanie.
That never happens. Women don't do that.
Yeah, no way. That never happens.
Either way, so like this continues. Apparently, this guy went as far as talking to the VP of the company and saying, "We don't need Shawn. We could do without him." Blah blah blah. And like, then he went and he apparently got an offer from another company where he was going to go and work with his buddies. He was leaving, but he wanted to go out with a bang. He was trying to get me fired. Well, it turns out that he also went to one of the other PMs that I work with that ended up being like, she's really good with me. Like, we both work really well together, and we've worked on a lot of projects together in the past as well. When she heard that, and she heard that he went and talked to the VP trying to get me fired, she didn't even say nothing to me about it. She went and called the VP right away. It's like, listen, I worked with Shawn on all this stuff. I don't know where he's coming up with this stuff, but let's also get the other person that Shawn's working directly with right now. And then they had a 3-way call all about me. And they're like, yeah, all of us disagree with what that guy had to say about Shawn. Like, none of that's fucking true. So then they all started like, all right, so fuck that dude. They all just kind of said, all right, well, we're keeping Shawn. So like that guy, and then literally the next day, that dude resigned immediately. He was scheduled to stay for the rest of the month, but instead he was I think it was a forced resign, where he was forced to leave the next day, like after that all that bullshit. And like the VP called me, didn't say a goddamn word to me about it, but I knew because the other person, because the girl called me, she called me and told me the conversation that she had with everybody about me. But like I was like, okay, I'm gonna start really paying attention to this shit. And now I know I know who was saying what about me, and I'm playing that down low.
You're all, thank you for saving my job, but you had a 3-way without me? What the fuck?
Yeah, man, I missed out on all the fun work trips.
Movies America. Stephanie, just so you know, unlike at a comedy club, audience participation is not only allowed, it's encouraged. Yes, it is. What's up, Patch? How you doing? I mean, Pat, he's my little brother. I can't not. I bet it was Stephanie.
Stephanie was trying to get me fired. It's not cool.
Yeah, exactly. Stephanie, what are you doing? What are you doing? And welcome to the club. It's like the initiation into the chat. Like we're gonna give you a little bit of shit. It just happens. I think Rumble gave Brogrim shit because they didn't let him chat. So I mean, that was his initiation. He just had troubles.
That was his initial little soap party right there. You can't comment for the first couple streams, dude.
Yeah, it's random. It's not jokes. It could be like, you can't make jokes, or like it's just we picking a hat, kind of like him winning. All right, so yeah, dude, that's some bullshit. I don't.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, like, he's gone. I'm still there, so like that's all there is really to it. Like I was really glad to be done with that and like just put that bullshit behind me, because I'm not one of those guys. I can't live with that kind of drama going on. I am the one that will call you if there's a fucking issue. In fact, like the next day after all that shit went down, I still was kind of like a little pent up anger over the whole fucking thing. So I just called the VP and I just I didn't say nothing about the other dude, because honestly, if you bring up somebody who's already left the company, that's old fucking business, dude. already gone. Why? That's not news anymore. Talk about new things that are coming up. So like, I just called him. I told him like everything that I had going on, and he didn't even know I was doing half the shit that I was currently doing. So yet again, these people were vouching for me, and none of them knew all of the work that I was already doing.
Yeah.
So you call the bosses and you tell them what you're doing. They're like, oh wow, okay, yeah, I had no idea you were even doing that. Thank you.
Yeah. And I remember, a lot of the stuff that we were talking about, or whatever. And I was saying like, talk to HR, let them know what you're doing, let them know your situation, blah, blah, blah. And, obviously HR didn't work out, but talking to some boss about letting them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm not just dragging my ass,
Mm-hmm.
And movies, yes, it's kind of like getting jumped by the Whiskey Bloods, but only we are Crips because of our crippling alcoholism. We have a couple comments over here as well. Red Pilled Woman, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for being in our chat. I appreciate it. Is this ladies' night? We have two women's.
There's two women's. Where's the other woman? Oh,
yeah,
Red Pilled Woman. Red Pilled Woman.
Yeah, we have
right,
Stephanie
nice.
over here. Yeah. We have Stephanie over here in YouTube, and then Red Pilled Woman over here in Rumble. Red Pilled Woman says shooter's a biological female who identified as he, him.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't really want to say the shooter's name either, because like I feel like when we keep on bringing up these shooters' names, they kind of get a little bit more infamous. Like every time do that.
I understand that point. I've always disagreed with it. No, that person needs to be fucking called out.
Well, I don't know. Like, yes, they do need to be called out, and that needs to be like addressed. But like, I don't think it should be like one of those like political, pop culture type references. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, yes, it is news. Yes, it should be mentioned, but it's not going to become part of my pop culture.
I mean, I guess but because I think with the Paris bomb or the London area on a Grande thing and the Paris, a lot of stuff that's gone on. Like, I don't remember the names of those people. I remember the situation. So I think, I think, and I know that there were names blasted everywhere across everything. The Boston bomber, like a lot of these things. I think one of the only ones, like 9/11, it was Muhammad Atta. And that was like the only name that I remember out of the group of terrorists that brought down the, 9/11. I mean, there's Osama bin Laden and, George W. Bush and, all those. But, I agree. I'm agreeing with you. I just think that we should probably refrain from ever letting it become like one of those things that we just constantly are sharing it as like, a version of pop culture. It's news. Talk about it. But yeah.
Not. I popularize it.
I mean, I get it. I would never be one to, like in a positive way praise them. But it's like I think that shame is such a small portion of our culture that needs to be brought back. And I personally think that shaming this person, like this person is a garbage human. So
yes,
we need to point this person out by name as who the garbage human is.
Agreed then. Yes.
You see what I mean? Like, we can
totally
agree, that's fine. But, half of the show will be me naming them and the other half will you not naming them. So we're good.
Oh, whatever. It's all good. Balance it out. The name will be mentioned. How about that?
Yes, definitely. And the birth name. Not whatever.
Yes, just the birth name. Because fuck all that garbage of like fake genders and names and all that type of stuff. Like, no, that's all bullshit. That's the type of stuff where shaming needs to happen.
Yeah, not the attack helicopter name that he has decided to adopt. So, but before we get into that and get removed from YouTube before we decide to jump over to Rumble. Again, guys, Stephanie, anyone who's new here in the YouTube, I know I said this already, but we are going to be only on Rumble Rumble and Twitter starting on starting April 1st. So all the shows that we have on the network starting April 1st are going to be just strictly Rumble. The only show that is going to be streamed on YouTube as well is going to be Movies America, and his first live stream is this Thursday, which is pretty dang cool. And we're going to be doing clips and stuff on the YouTube channel. So clips of this show, clips of the other shows, anything that's, spicy-ish, but not as spicy as we won't get, taken down or whatever we're going to be. Remember, did I tell you real quick? We got another comment in here.
This story.
Yeah, Uncle Chewy. Quinn says hi. What's up, Quinn? Why are you watching this right now? You should not be watching our show. I know you love Uncle Chewy, but please do not watch this right now. I don't want to, ruin your mind this early. But yeah, you remember I told you that I am Uncle Chewy.
Yep.
Now to my little brothers. I don't know what to. It's like a. They watch her, but she is. It's a story. It's a long story. But anyways, so speaking of the other side of my family, so Jen, her parents have had a dog who was they said he's a Beagle Rat Terrier, but I don't think he was. I think he was like Beagle and maybe like Dachshund or like Jack Russell or something. Like, I don't know. His name was Charlie, and he was 15 and he passed, I believe Friday. And yeah, that was really fucking hard. He is, if I tear up, guys, I'm sorry. Call me, whatever you want to in the chat, but he was a big part of our lives. And he was a really, really cool pup. And basically, so Jen's parents got him when he was a tiny little guy, because Jen's sister Amy had a boyfriend who had Charlie originally, and he was a horrible pet owner. And so Jen's parents were like, no, you don't deserve that adorable little turd. He needs to be taken care of. So they were like, nope, we're taking the dog. Sorry. It was a hostile takeover. And then the first weekend that they had him, they were like, well, we're taking the dog, but we already had these plans to kind of be gone for a day. We have stuff to do. So Jen, can you come down from college? She went to Cal Poly Pomona. She was like, can you come, down from college and come take care of this pup? And Jen wasn't raised with dogs. Jen's parents had a dog before they had kids, and that dog died. It was a big black lab, and I will refrain from saying what the name is. I'll tell you off air because it's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I know you're already laughing. But the dog died, and they swore to themselves they would never get another dog because it's too much pain. You know what I mean? Obviously dogs are great, but going through the end days, it's just not something, and I just went through that with my dog Gonzo in August of 2020. So it's pretty fresh. And yeah, so, but they were like, we can't let this dog just, be treated like shit. So Jen came down to her parents' house and walked around in the back area and just walked up to the door and saw a little fenced in area right around where the laundry was, and this little tiny little pup just jumping around and all excited, and she didn't know what to do. He was so excited and had so much energy that ran around, jumped around, and then just fell asleep because he just ran out of energy because he was going around. So, and he's, I don't know, man, he is, or he was, it's hard to put it in past tense now, but he was, he every Christmas, he would open his presents. He would literally take and, rip open the presents, and he would try and get in everyone else's presents. So he had to continue. It's like, no, dude, what are you doing? And he would do that. He would do that thing where he jumps up on his hind legs and does the little hand, just everything he did. He was just a cute little pup. And he just, he had pneumonia, towards the very end. And, being 15, it wasn't really working for him. And, but the last time that we saw him, he came over to our house, and he wouldn't come over to our house, when we had Gonzo or anything like that, because he was really scared of bigger dogs. He was just kind of he was a little scaredy cat with that. I think he got attacked by one before, so I understand it. But so once Gonzo was gone, they would like bring him over to like kind of have him stay over. He like still smelt Gonzo in the house. It was really weird. And then the last time he was over here, he decided to poop on our carpet. So we were left with a very funny last memory of him. But I don't know, man. It was very hard because like he was put on IVs. He would like every day they were going in to give him an IV for, the pneumonia and all that stuff.
That's rough.
And then, yeah, exactly. And like, cause he wasn't eating. And that was one thing in my head where I was like, when a dog stops eating and drinking water, it's usually those last couple of days before they pass. And that's what happened with Gonzo. And so I heard that, but then they were like, oh, well, he's not eating because he's getting nutrients and he's pretty much full. Like, so it's not like he doesn't have an appetite. And I get that.
Yeah, but it's just the quality of life isn't there anymore. And like, that's the part that I always struggled with too. Cause I had to put down my wife's dog, just a few months ago, and she's had that one since she was like 16 or 17 years old, and it was like the dog was like 18 or something, and it was just it was rough because that was her dog for so long, and it was a great family pet, and then got so scrawny, stopped eating, stopped drinking, and then you could try to like feed it, but like it just wasn't doing anything, and then it would just start like it's defecating on itself, and then it's just sleeping all day, and it's this is no way for this animal to live. Arthritis, tons of pain, like kind of deaf, like losing her teeth. So it's like, all right, there's nothing left here in quality of life. So you go to the vet asks you the typical questionnaire of just like, are they doing this? Are they doing that? And like, do you question if there's like any quality of life left? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why we're here. And then the doctors would typically corroborate it because they're just going off of what you say. And it's a tough moment. And like, even though it wasn't like directly my dog, like I was with that dog for like 10 or like, I think a little over 10 years. Like that dog's been like living in my house and just like, together with me. So like, it's a long time. It was like my dog. Yeah, it's my dog. So like, and like just like holding its head while like they inject it. It's like you just want to make them as comfortable.
That is good to hear that you were there in the room because that's one thing that I've read is that when dogs are put down, a lot of times the owners don't want to be in the room because they don't want to go through that whatever. But then if you think about it, that owner is with their human like for their whole lives, and then at the end of their life, they're around strangers and they're looking for their, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm going to fucking start tearing up.
It's rough. Those things where like, exactly what you're saying, like you're there, you're kind of like comforting them a little bit in the last little moments. And, for me, the hardest part was always, it's like when the doctor left to go get like the injection, and then when they're coming back, I'm like, am I making the right choice? Is she going to come back around? Because there's been several times in the past where the dog got sick and then all of a sudden got better, people are getting upset. We're being such fucking downers right now, but it's like,
hey, you know what? It's a part of life. I think, and I think it is. Yeah. I understand you there. Wormwood seat. I get it. And, but it's a part of life. And I think, and that's one thing that I like to, that I like about our show is that we're honest and transparent, and we talk about what goes on. So,
real shit.
Yeah, that real man shit.
Real shit.
But no. So, but yeah, that was the kind of confusing thing to me about Charlie, was because they were saying that he wasn't eating, but he was getting the IV. So I was like, okay, that's weird. And then Jen's mom, they brought him home. I think it was Friday during the day. Like had him at home, and he ate something at home, and he was like more active, and like and all that stuff. And so she was like, "Oh no, he's fine. He's just going through the pneumonia stuff, like blah blah." And then later on at night, took a turn, and like was like having really hard trouble breathing. So they brought him to the ER and they hooked him up to the IVs, put him on oxygen, like all this stuff. And then so they went, they're like, okay, well, we'll be back here at 9 a.m. We'll be able to do, because they didn't go to their vet. They went to an emergency vet. So they didn't have like the blood work, all the paperwork, all that stuff. So they were like, okay, cool. Well, at 9 a.m. we can do the blood work. We can, send it to our lab, do all that stuff. But until then, all we can really do is kind of keep him, comfortable. And so they, at like 4 a.m, they got a call saying that he was gone and that he went in and out, or he kept having cardiac arrest. And so, which is fucking tough, because he's, it's like, it's hard thinking of this, like this little ball of joy, like going through that, man. And it was shitty, but they said that he wasn't alone in the room. There were, like all the, the vets and the techs and everything were all like kind of petting his head and like making sure he was okay as he was going, which is cool. But, that's another thing that is, very interesting about dogs is they don't want to be around their humans when they pass. They don't want their humans to go through that. Like it happened with, to me, because when Gonzo passed, it was when me and Jen were both at work. And so it was almost like, he's like, okay, they're gone, I can go now. And when my when our dog, my mom and my stepdad, and then my little brother and sister, they were more involved in their dog's life. Rusty, he was a Jack Russell Terrier, was fucking awesome. I remember picking him. I was there when they picked him out when he was a pup. We went to like a puppy mill farm, and he was the only Jack Russell that had that his kneecap was all kind of messed up. So he had like kind of a bum leg, but walking on it, he just kind of looked like a cripple. He was kind of like a 3-legged dog ish. His kneecap was just on the side of where it was supposed to be. So it was just the way he was. And so we went there, and he was like white and brown, Jack Russell colors or whatever. And my mom was like, oh, we should call him Snickers. And I said, hey, Mom, just envision in your head saying that name really fast across a field and tell me that's what you want to name him. Like you won't get yelled at.
Why's it got to be in a field, bro?
Equipment. No. So, but no. So there were, funny little things. He was a great pup, and he was kind of like my stepdad's little buddy, and Patch, if you're still watching, sorry about telling the story. I know it's probably gonna make you tear up, but yeah, he used to always jump up on the couch with my stepdad and kind of lay next to him and whatever, and then it was that, and never needed assistance, never needed help. But then those last couple of days, he like put his paw up on the thing and just looked at my stepdad like, hey, dude, I need some help. And so my stepdad was like, like, all right, it's coming. And then 3-4 days later, Rusty just walked off and ran off and, died, in the wilderness, didn't want to be around family, And so I think with Charlie, it was very like he knew, okay, I'm going to go, but I don't want my humans to like see me go. So they're like, all right, they're gone. I'm here. I can go,
Right.
Which fucking hurts, but I don't know. Did you, before your pup, passed, the one that recently, was there like a moment around those last couple of days where you're like, you could kind of see it? I mean, obviously everything builds up to it, but there's like I don't know. There's like this certain moment. Like I had it with Gonzo too, and like everyone kind of has that moment where they see it and they're just like,
yep. I mean, like that tends to happen a few times. I feel like in like the weeks building up, and like there's been a lot of incidences going back and forth with that dog in particular, where the health would go up and down, and then like eventually.
Oh, you cut out just a little bit. Hello? You cut out. We're all alone, guys. We are all alone.
Oh, are you back? Or am I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay. See, I'll probably switch over to the hotspot in a minute.
Yeah, might have to do that. Yeah, but there's those moments, you know, at the very end. Like I remember when Gonzo, like, oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was saying like, yeah, the health does waver, it goes up and down, and like there, and then there's finally those moments where you're just like, I'm preparing my wife more than anybody. Where I'm just like, she's a very sensitive soul. Like, all right, like there's a very good chance that like, you know, we're gonna have to put the dog down. She's never had to do that before, so therefore it's like more or less preparing her for what's about to happen, you know.
Yep.
And she wanted to be there. I was like, if you don't want to be there, I understand. Like, I'll take her, you know, y'all do it, you know. And you know, she's like, no, I'm gonna come. And like we were both there in the room before her and stuff like that. So just one of those things. We got really lucky with our last one before this one, where we had a long-haired dachshund, and he just went into sleep. He just went into sleep, you know. And so I went to work in the morning, not knowing, because like they were created like dogs and whatnot. And like, so I was like, okay, I go, I'm at work, and then like typically she would wake up a little bit later and let the dogs out and everything. Well, this time he didn't get out, and then she's calling me like all frantic, like, oh my god. So I had to come home and, you know, like take care of that then too, you know. But you know, it's like little pet cemeteries, you know. It's like, what can you do? But
yeah, it's tough, man. Like I like before Gonzo went there, it was like maybe 3 or 4 days before he went. Like he was just those last couple of days, he was very incontinent, would just, you know, shit in his bed, wouldn't be able to get up. He would like, we'd have to put the bowl next to his face for him to kind of put his head into it. Like, you know what I mean? And so it was tough because I had Gonzo since he was 4 weeks old. I literally could fit him in a fucking beanie this big. Like he was tiny, and then he was 140 pounds. He was huge, massive. So like it absolutely ridiculous. I got him when I was in Austin. So I've traveled with him. We lived in so many different places. Like he's been my fucking road dog. You know what I mean? Like my buddy. And so that was really, really tough. But I remember a couple of days before, like I laid down in his bed with him. Yeah. See, Wormwood Seat was there when I lived at a party house, and he loved Gonzo, man. Like Gonzo and him were buddies too. That's awesome. And so I laid down with him next to him in his bed and just looked at him. I was like, you know, like, hey dude, like I know I haven't been the best dad. Like I've done my best, but I know I haven't been the best dad to you all the time. But just letting you know, you are an amazing pup, and I love you. And you know, I don't ever think that I don't love you. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those fucking moments, and it's hard to say all that stuff too, because there's no talking back. It's just that, you know, whatever. But yeah, that was tough. And then I went to work, and Jen, I was working like more nights, so I went to work at about like 3 or 4, and Jen had come home at about 5:30. So she came home, and she called me frantically when I was at work and just said, I think Gonzo passed away. Like he's not moving, he's not breathing. And I was like, fuck. And so I told my boss, like, I gotta go. My dog might be dying. So I rush home. I was maybe 5 minutes away from home, but I don't remember being able to see the street that I was driving on because I was driving so fucking fast, and there were tears just welling up in my eyes. And I was like screaming, like, please don't let this happen. And I remember walking in and her bawling in the corner, like not being able to, you know, whatever. And I went in, and my first thought was, I'm going to, you know, try and give him CPR, try and do something, you know, like try and like blow air into his nostrils, do something. And I will never forget how fucking cold he was. Like, holy shit, dude. Like it was like I tried to like put his lip up to like blow into his mouth or something, or in his nose or whatever. And I pulled his lip open, and all of his skin was like purple. And I just remember being like, what the fuck, dude? And like, just, it was so fucking hard. And it was very tricky to have to deal with that without just losing it. And it was not. And my dad, my dad loved Gonzo so much, and so I told him, and he was maybe 30 minutes down the road, and I told him, I was like, yeah, we're gonna take him. And he said, no, like, please, please let me see him before you take him, and, you know, have him cremated and stuff. And yeah, that was very tricky. And actually, if you see wait, no, that way, that right there, that's his little urn right here. This little guy. So we have him with us while we're podcasting and doing all that. He's always with us. So, but that was really tricky, But anyways, God damn it. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I hear you, dude.
But
I'm switching over to my hotspot now because this thing's getting really fucking wonky for me.
Okay. Well, before you do that, can we take a shot for all of our?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was actually gonna recommend that we probably do take a drink for all of our lost pets over the years and whatnot, and sharing the experiences and all that. So cheers too. That was Dolly that passed, and then the long-haired dachshund was Heinz.
Heinz. All right. So here's to Heinz, Dolly, Charlie, Gonzo, and Rusty too, because we talked about him. Cheers, you guys, and all you
Rooney, right? Rooney for your Brogram. Yo, he's not listening. Well, his dog.
No, you're on a 30-second, 40-second lag, dude.
Yeah. Oh, me?
Yeah. Just hearing you now. Hey.
Oh no, he was in the chat though. He was in the chat.
And Rooney, Rooney too. Yeah, and Rooney for his too as well.
All right, and to Rooney. Here we go. Cheers, you guys.
I know there's a fucking lag. You're watching it on the live stream versus like being here, like while I'm watching it, like as it's happening.
Everything you say, I hear it like 30. Like,
yeah, but I'm talking to you directly. I want you to turn around. I'm saying like, yo, turn around. I'm fucking talking to you.
You know what Program should do? What he should do is he should listen to what we're saying, and then he'll have the upper hand on the comments. Like he will be. He will be the first to have a comment on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only problem with that is then there's going to be a fucking lag. There's going to be a fucking lag to the thing that if I play the audio on like the speakers and stuff like that.
No. I mean, in the comments, he'll be able to have the upper hand on commenters in the comments. He'll be like, "Oh, I knew about it first."
I can't. I'll only hear you. I can't hear him.
I know. So it's okay. But if I'm talking to you directly, you can just talk to me. All right. Very good.
Yeah. From now on, talk to me directly. I won't know what you're talking about.
Very good.
Oh yeah, he won't hear me.
I know that. That's the whole point. That's what
I'm the most important one, anyways. All right. So
hey, let's do some ad reads, and then we can go and get into some of the garbage human being stuff that we have for later.
Okay, so make sure you guys go to Locals. Wait, was it? No, it's this one right up here. tdpn.locals.com. We're never going to touch tips again because Professor Savage Dad, who isn't here right now,
you never know if he's lurking. He could be lurking in the background. You don't know.
He should not be. You should message him while I'm doing the ad reads if you want to. All right. But yeah, so go to tdpn.locals.com, and it's where we do all of our exclusive content and where we have all the extra fun. Go join over there, become a subscriber. It's free to subscribe, but if you want to become a member, it is $36 a year, so $3 a month. But if you use the promo code right down here at the bottom, TDPN for Til Death Podcast Network, you get 1 month of free subscription or free membership. So then it's only $33 a year. You can pay us more. We're fine with that, but the lowest amount is $3 a month. So it's not that bad. Tax season is going to be here soon. So you're going to get your tax return soon. What's $36 or more? Let's
round up to 50.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, true. That makes sense.
It's a good number.
Yeah, it is a good number. I mean, you could even go up to $4 a month. I mean,
$49.99.
There we go. Are you out of your mind? So make sure you go head over there. At least check it out. Starting April 1st. This isn't an April Fool's joke. April 1st, we are going to be starting our exclusive content. Shawn already kind of has some things kind of going up already. Feeling that out. But we are going to be doing more content from each of the content creators we have here on the network. You're going to get at least one live stream from each person or from each show. And then you're going to get a Movies America is going to be doing like Mad Libs improv kind of thing on there where he puts a basic story, a basic like a scene out for a movie, and then puts the characters and puts the basic premise, and then it's going to let the commenters and the chatters kind of add to it, and then at the end of the month we're going to do like a table read, which will be pretty funny. And we're trying to figure out how we're going to have more interaction with the audience, to have whoever is like the best commenter, or whoever has the the most premises added to it, or or whatever, maybe gets to help with the ad read or something. I don't know. We're everything's going to be kind of fleshed out here soon, but it's going to be a lot of cool extra content, and definitely be worth the couple bucks you throw at us every month. But definitely go check that out. And then also we have let me see, we have Nature Clear.
Real quick, when it comes to Nature Clear, Jess and I both had some last night, and when I was talking to her about the flavor, again, like, because like we've all set a test that like it's good, but like we can't really pinpoint why it's good, or like what the flavor really is, besides like that kind of like sweetener flavor to the whole thing. So she was like, you know what's missing? It's missing a note of something. So then she just started taking like juice and just adding a little bit of juice to whatever it was that we were mixing with. So mostly water, Nature Clear, and then like a little splash of apple juice in there. Just gives like a little like hint of a something. And it's like, hey, now it's like she's drinking that one, and it's like, no problem. I had it last night. I thought it was great. But you can do that with any kind of juice.
Yeah, exactly. You add it to it, and you can even make. That's what you need to do for Sippin' with Shawn, is you need to do a Nature Clear drink of the week.
I can do that one this week.
Where you add Nature Clear to whatever alcoholic beverage that you're doing. I think it would be great. Just kill two birds with one stone.
I wonder if you could. I mean, like, yeah, you could. You obviously could, but like, I wonder if it would be any good. I'll talk to her. I'll see. She's the creative one when it comes to that type of stuff. So I'll bounce it off her and see what she's got. Recipe.
So do we need to have her in credits or something, like creative by Jess?
No. She's my wife. I bought her.
Did you say you bought her?
I bought her. All credits go to me now.
You guys are one person. It's good. But yeah, so real quick, just wanted to share. We're sharing a couple stories here about how it worked out for us. I used it. I think I used it Sunday or yesterday morning. Was that yet? Jesus. Yeah, this weekend has just been a blur. Big thing happens in your life, and everything every day seems like it's either way too long or way too short, or whatever. But we had a couple of drinks on Saturday night, just kind of in morning, and a couple too many. And so I woke up with, feeling that hangover, and I took Nature Clear, and it didn't get rid of my headache, but it did get rid of the just overall feeling of just dread from a hangover that everyone probably understands. But I like the in the background. But yeah, so go to the website, Nature Clear, the affiliate link. It's down in the bottom. Well, all the links that we have for all the things that we're talking about right now are all in the bottom, down in the description, not just the bottom, the description. Hit the affiliate link there for Nature Clear and use the promo code whiskey, WHISKEY. And you can go check out the site. You can read others' testimonials and how it's helped with their hydration, lowering one's A1C, which is blood sugar, detoxification, and recovery from drinking alcohol. You can go learn about all that. It is great. It makes you feel like $1 million, about 20-30 minutes. And but yeah, go check that out. And it's something you want to buy in advance, because you're gonna need it the next day. So like, it's not something you can buy at the store yet. Hopefully that's where they're going with it. But you can't just go to the store and pick it up. And who wants to go to the store when you're hungover? That's just
no. Not at all.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with,
Just drink it the night that you've been drinking. Like, you come home, just grab a bottle of water, pour it in, have that before you go to sleep. You're gonna wake up feeling fine. That's what I've been doing. Like, because we had the same thing. We had a really busy weekend of drinking as well. Because Saturday was a get together with some friends, and then Sunday was my daughter's birthday. So then it's like all day kind of doing stuff, and then at night the parents get to finally relax and did some heavy drinking.
Yeah, exactly, right. Or at least have it set up for the next morning. Like when you're hungry, you at least have like a bottle or like a glass of water or something for the next morning when you wake up, so you have that water. Or have the nature clear already. Or actually, no, that's probably not a good idea because you're supposed to drink it within like a certain amount of time. So scratch what I just said. Just listen to what he said. All right. So with that, we are going to head over to Rumble. Before we do that, we are going to remind you to go to solo.to/thewhiskeycapitalist for all of our links and ways to stay up to date with us. bit.ly/thewhiskeycapitalist merch. Go check out our fully stacked merch store. Go get you go get you a shirt, some hoodies, all the good stuff. solo.to/tildeathstudios for any digital design work you need done. I'll get you taken care of. solo.to/Til Death Podcast for the podcast that I do with my wife every other Saturday. We should have one coming up this Saturday. Gonna be fun. Don't know what the hell we're talking about yet, but that usually happens the day before. And then Shawn, if you want to let them know what's going on with you.
solo.to/I'm Shawn Cav for all my links related to Sippin with Shawn. It's Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. We usually do like an hour-long live stream where I do a drink of the week and talk about some other topics, whatever it is that's on my mind at the moment. And I do want to bring this one up, though. It was one of the comments from Movies America. I thought it was pretty good. A nature Negroni. Not a bad idea.
That's racist.
Do you love black people?
You knew that was coming. All right. So speaking of Movies America, at Movies America on Twitter and Instagram, moviesamerica.com for all the links and ways to stay up to date with him. He just put out on yes. I'm sorry. I love the delayed reaction. It's great. But go to moviesamerica.com. He just yesterday we just put up the John Wick 4 spoiler-free review, and this Thursday, just in a couple of days, he's going to be doing his first live stream, which is going to be a spoiler warning review on John Wick. So that is going to be great. And working on the thumbnail, I already know it's going to be pretty damn fun. But go check him out at Til Death Network on Twitter. Is just where you get all the information. If you're a Twitter person, do that. And then again, tdpn.locals.com. Come join our little network. And Channel 2 Action News is in the Rumble chat. This is going to be a great last half of the show. Speaking of that, make sure you guys go down in the description. The Rumble link is right there. It says click here to watch the full stream on Rumble, or however fucking way I worded it. But do that. Jump over to Rumble right now. This is going to be the spicy part of the show. This is actually where we're going to be talking about the topics that are in the title. We're just clickbaiting you guys to listen to us talk shit for an hour and then jump over and talk spicier shit over on Rumble. So
relax your anus.
Did I say something other than John Wick Chapter 4? Did I just say John Wick 4?
I don't know. I didn't catch it if that was the case, but apparently Movies did, and he's triggered.
You never listened to me. All right. So
I'm upset.
That's for you, Movies. All right. So we are going to jump over to Rumble and hope to see you guys there. Just jump over there right now and we'll continue with that. But until then, guys, we'll see you on Wednesday on YouTube, and it'll be our last YouTube stream. You want to go get another drink, don't you?
Well, I'm going to get some more ice. Yeah. So I have to start moving now.
I see you. You're like, huh? Oh. I do this on purpose. All right, cool. With that, oh goddamn. Well, you got a drink coming to you right away when you come back on Rumble. So here we go, guys. Let's see if Shawn
against my headphones.
Let's see if Shawn can make it. All right. Peace.